Adolf Hitler, the name that still evokes images of horror, tyranny, and devastation, is one of the most infamous figures in modern history. Born in Austria in 1889, Hitler's rise to power and subsequent reign as the Chancellor and Führer of Nazi Germany left an indelible mark on the 20th century. His actions during World War II led to the suffering and deaths of millions, and his ideology, based on extreme nationalism and racism, continues to be a symbol of evil and hatred. Early life and background. Adolf Hitler's early life does not provide many clues about the monster he would become. He was born in Braunau in Austria, to Alois Hitler and Clara Polsel. His childhood was marked by average achievements, and he showed an early interest in art and architecture. However, his life took a different turn when he moved to Vienna to pursue a career in art, only to be rejected by the Academy of Fine Arts Vienna twice. This period marked the beginning of his deep-seated resentment and anti-Semitic views. Rise to power. After serving in the German army during World War I, Hitler joined the German Workers' Party, which would later become the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or the Nazi Party. In the early 1920s, he began to gain notoriety as a charismatic speaker and agitator. His extreme nationalist and racist views found a receptive audience among those who were disillusioned by the political and economic turmoil in post-World War I Germany. By 1933, Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany by President Paul von Hindenburg, and within a year, he consolidated his power and assumed the title of Führer, or leader. Under his leadership, the Nazis implemented a ruthless regime that silenced dissent, curtailed civil liberties, and promoted an aggressive and expansionist foreign policy. The Holocaust. One of the most horrific aspects of Hitler's rule was the systematic genocide known as the Holocaust. The Nazis implemented a plan to exterminate the Jewish population in Europe, leading to the murder of approximately 6 million Jews. This genocide, along with the persecution and murder of millions of others, including Romani people, disabled individuals, and political dissidents, stands as one of the darkest chapters in human history. World War II. Hitler's aggressive foreign policy, expansionist ambitions, and militarization of the German state led to the outbreak of World War II in 1939. The conflict would go on to devastate Europe and lead to the deaths of millions. Hitler's belief in the supremacy of the Aryan race and his expansionist dreams ultimately resulted in a cataclysmic conflict. Downfall and legacy. As the war turned against Germany, Hitler's leadership and the Nazi regime began to crumble. In April 1945, with Allied forces closing in on Berlin, Hitler took his own life in his bunker. Germany's unconditional surrender followed shortly thereafter. The legacy of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime is one of infamy. The horrors of the Holocaust continue to be remembered as a reminder of the depths to which human evil can sink. The Nuremberg Trials held after World War II sought to bring Nazi war criminals to justice, and the international community established mechanisms to prevent such atrocities from occurring again. Hitler's name remains synonymous with tyranny, hate, and the capacity for human cruelty. Adolf Hitler's life and actions are a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked power, hate-driven ideologies, and the need for vigilance against the rise of authoritarian regimes. Understanding the history of Hitler and the Nazi era is crucial to prevent such atrocities from happening again and to ensure that the world never forgets the horrors of the past.